Hello, what's up, guys? You're watching the Quezt, and I'm your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez. We're out here for episode 51. It is 12/31/21.
Turn on.
And unfortunately, this is the last episode we're going to be able to use the 21/21/21 button. So I just want to give a small little shout out to 21 Savage and the year of 2021. Thank you. Ever since I got the Stream Deck, I wanted a button to help me establish the date and time, and you did that. So shout out to the 21/21/21 button. Fucking
Turn on.
And so I'm going to save the 21 or the 2021 podcast recap until next week. But for now, I'm just going to jump into this week's Quest. You guys are out here watching on a day that ends with a Y. Hopefully, it's into the new year. And so you don't have to watch this at midnight. But just in case you do, just in case you're recapping it, we're going to do a quick 10-second countdown into the new year. 10, 9, 8, sync it up. 7, 6, 5, 4, sync it up. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Happy New Year to all you Quezters out there. Thank you for being a part of this for 51 episodes. Unfortunately, I didn't start it a year ago to this date, but we'll recap that next week. And so I wanted to talk about not stuff that I've accomplished, but just stuff that I did. Just recap the year of 2021 as it is. Dude, we started a podcast together. That's crazy. Not all of you have been here since the beginning, but that doesn't matter. You can go back and start from the beginning. I don't know why you would. It gets good about episode 17. Anyways, I started doing stand-up. I started getting in the groove of doing a good bit of stand-up and writing. Speaking of stand-up, next week, God forbid anything happens, I will be at the Comedy Zone in downtown Greenville. Come out and see me if you're not busy or if you're even in the vicinity. So shout out to the Comedy Zone. Next week, baby, I'm back. I'm back in black, but I'm not wearing black. Fuck. Dude, some highlights of my year. My brothers came to see me. I got to, get them up here, and it was a fun time. I always miss them, and I always want them to know, I don't know, that I care about them, all that stuff. So, I got a little training in with Wonderboy Thompson. Oops! I just name dropped. Sorry. No, I got some good quality training in. I told you guys a little bit about it. I added a gato. I added a little cat, Ozzy. He's a stinker, man. Before him, honestly, just between us, I had never smelled a cat fart before. I had my first cat, Gato, and then I had Chica, Kit Kat, Top Cat. Dude, the list goes on. I had never smelled a cat fart before in my life. And so we get this cat, and this mofo sprays gas, and our whole kitchen you could see it was the green style kind of nauseous gas, noxious. Dude. Anyways, we added Ozzy, little cuddle bean, Enzo's little brother. He's been such a good big brother. You guys would be so proud. I wish you could pop in right now, but the door's closed. And then that's pretty much it for the intro, guys. My 2021 was amazing. I'm very grateful for all I had, thanks to you guys. And let's keep this ball a-rolling. Keep this train a-chugga. You guys know the rest. Dude, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to avoid the fine print. Dude, we're going into 2022. Come sockless. You know what I mean. coming into no. We're coming into 2022. Come sockless. Yeah. Okay. All right. I fixed it. Why? Why do you guys put up with me? Okay, I'm going to move on to the Imprint of the Week, brought to you by Imprint Jones. Shout out to my boy Imprint Jones. Fucking. Okay, whipping out the phone. Now, I was confused at the Imprint of the Week, but I did get some context earlier today. If there was one thing that you could do at the end of each year, never being able to do it going into the new year, what would it be and why? Okay, I got context because I was confused as fuck. So, what was meant to be said was, empty your bucket list year by year, doing things that you know you would never do again. And so these are 5 things for the next 5 years that I would do at the end of each year, never being able to do again going into any of the future years. I love you. Okay, so number 1, I would jump a series of school buses. Bus-I? Boos? Bees? How would you... I would jump a series of school buys or booses. Yeah. Beasts with a motorcycle or a dirt bike. That's what I would do for year number 1. I guess that's my 28 year. That's this year. Like I go into... And so, number 2, I would start a food fight. Now, I can never do this stuff again. So hopefully when I'm 80, I'm not like, fuck you. Because I can't start a food fight anymore. But I've never done that, and that's something I could do and be content with never doing again. That'd be all right, depending on what kind of food was there. Number 3, I would ride on top of a blimp. It could be the Goodyear blimp. It doesn't matter what kind of blimp. Not the Hindenburg. Or, yeah, that's the one, right? We're going down, buddy. No. So, I would ride on top of a blimp because that would be cool, and I would be content with never doing that again. Number 4, I would be shot out of a cannon over the Great Canyon, or the Grand Canyon. That's what it is. Why did I write down Great Canyon? Grand. Number 4, take 2. Number 4, I would be shot out of a cannon over the Grand Canyon, if that makes sense. And so that would be dangerous. Obviously, there would be like a big foam like pad or mat on the other side that I could just. But it would be like I would add the element of danger because I don't know if any of you have ever been shot out of a cannon, but your body has to be perfect, like in the perfect position, neck tucked and everything. Because if you don't, you might come out like this, and you need to come out like dude. The directions are convoluted only because I've never done it before, and that's not something that you can train for. I was going to try to add in a loophole of practice. Like, how do I do something once, but I can't practice for it because that would be technically doing the... Like, I couldn't be a trapeze artist and do trapeze with no net because I couldn't practice for it all year. And so, it's a convoluted imprint. So we're going to talk. Anyways, number 5, I'm going to drag race Vin Diesel, bro. Now, I've always wanted to drag race, but why not go against the best? So that's what I'm doing. I would be content with doing it once and never doing it again. Win, lose, or draw. But see, there's this thing about it, is if I was to turn on my Vin Diesel and invite my family being Hank and Eli, I feel like they would just weigh down the car, you know, and just like fucking we're spinning out. Vin Diesel's halfway to the finish line. He's like, You shouldn't have thought about family. That's your whole thing. Anyways, so that's the only thing that would get me. I would invite my family and I feel like I would lose a drag race to Vin Diesel. But that's number 5. And that's what I'm doing for the next 5 years. So shout out to Imprint Jones and the Imprint District. Stop making it so convoluted. Anyways, going into episode 52, we'll see. Fucking... On to the Queztion. Brought to you by me. So, Multiverse Theory exists. You can only hang with 2 Roberts. Which Roberts do you pick, and what are they like? So, if the Multiverse Theory existed, and there are billions and trillions, or trillions and billions of Roberts, I want to hang out with a select few. Now, I'm going to name more than 2 and then pick my top 2. So, there was a time that I was going to go into the Air Force. So, I want to see what Air Force Robert would have been like. That would have... that conversation, I guarantee, would have had minimal laughs in it. Only child Robert. I love you, Hank and Eli. I love you so much. I want to see what only child Robert would have been like. Like, no younger brothers to antagonize or to pick on. Like, just me. Go home and it's just me. I get bullied at school. There's nobody to go home and take it out on. I know that sounds messed up, but I'm just wanting to know what that's like. Because I did the opposite. I came home and I took it out, and I'm sorry. Unlocking memories in the Queztion. So, the Robert that never moved from Springfield, Missouri, population 200,000 plus, meth capital of the world. Shout out, rep it, fucking. Dude, I would have went to like Kickapoo High. I probably would have changed my name. I think I told you guys when I moved here, I changed my name to Robert because my parents asked me. They were like, do you want to be Robert or, do you want to keep going by Dylan? And I was like, yeah, I'm 8. Yeah. Dylan's a kid's name. Let me go by Robert. So I changed my whole like identity at 8 years old. I probably still would have went by Dylan. I would have went to Kickapoo High School. I 90% would have done hardcore drugs. Not recreationals, just straight up hardcore drugs. I just don't know. And then shout out to Nick for another idea for the Multiverse Robert. The one where I'm a hot female, I want to see what that's like. And if we happen to cross paths, it's whatever. It's whatever. I'm not gonna regret it. But college grad from SCC, if I would have stuck with the nuclear radiation program or the technician thing, that would have been interesting to see. I don't know. Just a college grad, somebody who got a degree, some Robert who got a degree, somebody. And then the Dream Chaser, the one that would have moved to LA at 21 and probably dehydrated because all he drank was Dr. Pepper and just so my top two Roberts that I would hang out with in the multiverse, probably the one that just didn't have any fuck ups and just to see how squeaky clean I come out. And then the other one is probably one that see, this is hard because I wanna see how there are many different situations where my life could have went another route or a route or however you want to say it. So, which would you pick? It's hard for me, and I'm going to tell you my other one in a second when I think about it. When I really think about it, which one would you pick? If you had 2 alternate universe yous to hang out with, what would you choose? And so, I feel like I would pick another Robert on top of the one that I already picked, who just makes it, who does exactly like the hedonistic Robert, the one that doesn't have to compromise, the one that lives exactly how he wants to live. I want to see that guy. Because if you ask me, like, who do you think the funniest Robert is? It's this one. Who do you think the deepest Robert is? It's this one, dude. This is the universe where I feel like I'm the most complete. I have it all. I'm not just the funny guy. I try not to be this Debbie Downer of a person. I always try to uplift people because I don't want anybody to feel like I feel. So this is what this podcast has been. It's just an escape for the inescapable, like the mundane, beating you down everyday life. Like, this is for me as much as it is for you. So I appreciate it. But those are the Roberts that I hang out with. Dude. Anyways. So, we're going to go on to the Unlocking Memories. I hope you guys have a really great new year. Just, this is going to drop at midnight. So, you have to go and rewind it back. But, on to the Unlocking Memories. All I have written down is fucking New Year's Eve, and then in parentheses, I have multiple memories. Fucking multiple memories, Eminem. So, we're going to start off this Unlocking Memories with this first set. It's a half and half. So, we're going to take it back to the year 2009 with the boys. Okay. So, far left is my boy Caleb. And then you had Biggie, the one that is all over me. And me is the guy in the American Eagle shirt and the flannel. And then to my left, your right, is my boy Alex. A Dizzle, yup, Farizzle, One Lung, Daddy Lou, my ride or die. That is my guy. And so this picture was taken such a long time ago. Hey, Caleb, look more stoned, bro. For sure, look more stoned. I don't even remember that night, but I know we got into some mischief. Why are we all four wearing party hats? Where do we get the party hats? And Alex lived just enough distance away from Caleb to where we didn't have to drive. We could just walk. And so this is before midnight happened, which means we already walked to Alex's house, and now we have to walk back in the dark, which Biggie would always tell us that he had the worst sight at night, but then on the other foot would tell us that he had the best vision at night. It was weird, but those were my guys. Back at that specific date, at that specific time, those were my guys. And so if I exit out of that and go to this, now this is this is a little different than this picture right here. I believe Alex's mom took this picture. This picture I took. Dude. I look like Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy. Fucking Why does Caleb look so surprised at what he's getting? What is Biggie doing? And his name is Branson, but we called him Biggie. Well, I called him Biggie. It's probably derogatory in 2022, so I'm going to leave that behind. Shout out to Branson. Dude, these were my friends. These are my best friends. Still, to this day. Dude, shout out to those guys. New Year's with the boys. And so, the other half of the Unlocking Memories are just other New Year's memories. I remember one year, we went out with J&J and J. I was going to say J and Jordan, because, you know, Jacob and Jillian, and then comma Jordan. But we went out with Triple J a couple years ago, and your boy wore All Reliable. That's what I called the little Stream Deck button, All Reliable. I found that in the ladies section of Goodwill. And, dude, no lie, I picked it up and I was like, I gotta have this. I tried it on, and it fit perfect. And look at me, double cupped, shirtless. I tried to walk in and they were like, hey, you gotta button that up. And I was like, okay. Did my thing. And then as soon as I got in, what did I do? And dude, I'm wearing sunglasses inside. I can't be stopped. Now, those are my boys, Jacob and Jordan. Jordan in the middle. And so this next New Year's memory, we're going to cut that. That's a quarter. And then this last quarter, I just want you guys to have a responsible New Year's. No matter where you're at, please be responsible. Don't be a burden. Don't be the guy that ruins the party by doing something like I'm about to show you. So we're at this New Year's party last year. I have multiple pictures and videos, but I'm going to choose to share this one because it's my story to tell because I had to clean it. So my boy Jay, he drives up, comes to visit me for New Year's. Dude, thanks. Thanks for coming. Like and subscribe. And so this is even before the podcast. I'm about to show you my first picture taken of 2021. So he comes to visit me. I kind of know that we're going to, drink a little bit, maybe participate in some recreationals going into the new year. Please stay at my house. Don't drive back. Don't buy a hotel. Stay with me, my brother, my friend, my best friend. And so I'm spicing it on. I'm sorry. I'm making you lean towards my bias, and I'm sorry. So he stays in my house. Correct. He leaves his car in my house. We go to our party. We get back to the house. He had drank just a little too much. And some dude at the party that we were at kept trying to get him to throw up. You got to get it out of him, I understand. But it wasn't happening. And you need to read the room. Obtain social skills. Anyways, I get mad because I'm about to show you why I'm mad. All this is going to make sense in just a second. So we get back to my house. After him trying to generate this vomit from my friend Jordan and failing. We get back to the house. I take Jordan out to the driveway one more time. Hey man, please, if you have to empty it out, please do it right here in the driveway. Nope, I'm good, man. I'm all good. So I carry him back in. I fireman's carry him back in. And I lay him down on my couch. This is all yours, Bubba. This is your kingdom. Lay down. And this is what I get less than 20 seconds after he lays down. Now, I know I should have warned you guys for the ones that have weak stomachs, but that trash can that you see to the side of the couch, I was holding that the whole time. He's laying down, and I can hear his stomach. And I'm like, oh, hey, Jordan. And I'm trying to lean him over. And instead of leaning his face out, he tucked his chin and just... I don't know what all he had to drink. I don't know what his chaser was. What is that? What is that exorcist spew that he did on my mushroom-colored couch? And so I had the trash can in my fucking hand, trying to get him over. He does that little bit on the couch. A little bit. Does that fucking lot of bit on the couch. And then he starts getting in the trash can. And I'm holding it like this. I'm fucking like, come on, Bubba, come on. And he's just spewing on my thumb. And I'm like, oop, hope. And this is how I found it the next morning. Because he didn't even remember doing this. He didn't remember leaving it. And the only reason I'm shaming Jordan is because I want you guys to be safe. And don't be like that. Shout out to my boys. Shout out to my boys. And then shout out to... That's what you get when the rooster doesn't call. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him to watch this podcast. I hope he feels bad. No, of course not. I just want you guys to be responsible going into the new year. Don't be that guy. There is more coming. Dude. I'm going to do my pants. I'm going to do more everything. I'm going to devote more time to everything. Watch me grow, and the legitimacy will grow. I appreciate you guys being here with me. Sorry I'm a little tired. I got up early this morning. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching, like, and subscribe. Thank you guys for being here with me. There is nothing like this. And as we go into episode 52, we will recap my experience doing this podcast in deeper detail. And so I just want to say right now that I hope you guys had a great 2021. And I will be here throughout many years to come. So shout out to you guys. Thank you very much. Until next week. Fucking...